Just let me know if you see the recording on your side. Ah, there we go. Perfect. All right. Okay, so hi all. Today we are talking about the benefits of acquiring extra qualifications or certificates that may benefit you in the job market, especially as a graduate in the criminal justice field. So today I'm joined by Mrs. or Miss Murunwa. She'll excuse me with her surname, so I'll just go first name basis. She is an intelligence specialist, which focuses on risk management and investigations. Ms. Morona also has an honors degree in criminology from the University of Pretoria. She has also acquired 33 certificates in addition to her qualifications and her experience. So that's why we have her here today. She's here to join me to discuss and to touch on her journey and why she went about acquiring certificates and how it has benefited her, if it has already, and so forth. So, thank you so much for joining me today and accepting my invite, Ms. Muruna. So, I'll just go straight into it and then we'll just go from there. Okay.
Okay.
So, amongst your certificates, can you just touch on the ones that are in relation to what you studied? So, you studied criminology, right? But
Yes.
now you work as an intelligent analyst. Is it more forensic based? Or if you could just touch on the day to day without being specific on the cases and the projects, but what is it that you do in simple terms?
Okay. Thank you so much for having me. It's such a great honor. And greetings to everyone. So yes, my name is Murwamphia, and yes, I studied criminology at the University of Pretoria, and I'm currently working as an intelligence analyst. So basically, in short, the company that I work for is pretty broad. There's a lot that goes on. Different departments do different things. At the moment, I've been working in the risk management, operational risk department for about 2.5 years now. And it's been great. It's been definitely a learning experience for me. And then soon, I will then be changing departments. So I'm going to be moving to a different department in my company
Mhm.
where I'll be
Okay.
doing, a different type of work, which will be mainly focusing on, doing some investigations here and there, some, more risk assessments, risk profiling, uh,
Mhm.
lifestyle audits, things like that.
Oh,
So
I see. Okay.
yeah, so definitely the company that I work for does accommodate people who studied criminology and also like anything else really that kind of fits into what we do at the company. So currently, day to day, what I focus on, what I do basically is there's a lot of research that's involved. You have to be able to understand, research and how that works, and how do you research, which sources are applicable, which ones are not, how do you differentiate between the two, and the most important thing is being able to have the skill of analysis, because
Yes.
risk management, what we do is we identify the risk, we kind of explain it, and then we also kind of analyze it to say, okay,
Nice.
because we also do like predictions, and you focus on the future to say, okay, listen, this is a certain thing that's happening at the moment. It could affect you like this. Beware of such things, and also dive deeper into the topic, to kind of explain to your client that, listen, this is a high risk for you, it's a medium risk for you, and because of this and this and this, in the past we've seen this happening, and this is how it might affect your business or your industry. So there's a lot of research involved, a lot of reading, a lot of having to understand a lot of things. Like literally every single day I'm learning something new, because we're
Ah,
so
okay.
broad. Our clients are like broad, like it's not just focused specifically on one thing. There are clients who are more focused on maybe environmental stuff, and you have to know stuff, you have to read up.
Know those things. Yeah.
I never really liked financial crime as one of our modules, but it's, you have to know
Yeah.
and understand, okay, this is, so it's very interesting for me to be learning all these new things every day. And I feel like, our field is so broad, and that's what I love about it. You're
Yes.
not stuck into being
You
like
can't box yourself. Yeah. It's not very narrow. Yeah. Yeah,
yourself,
for sure.
and it all comes together because we all
Mm.
work together. Even people who studied your commerce and stuff like that, we need them in terms of coming back to do maybe financial audits and things like that.
Yes,
So
yes.
we all need each other, and it just works so
Yeah.
perfectly. This feels
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, so then, like, how long did you, was this your first like job in relation to your qualification that you were hired for after graduating?
yes. That,
Okay, so
yeah.
how long did that take? So basically, how long were you unemployed for, or were you tutoring in between? Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I honestly sometimes I want to label myself as God's favorite.
Yes.
Um,
Also, people, she is smart. Hey, she's golden key. She's young. So please, 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 when you start to analyze yourself, make sure that you also have those top marks. Okay.
but
Yeah.
I really, to be honest, I don't know what unemployment feels like, and this is
Mm,
I'm gonna explain to you why I was able to kind of run away from that when I was
mm,
still in my final year, right?
mm.
I found a part-time job at Deers. I was working as a cashier, right?
Okay. Hmm.
So, and the reason why I decided to do that was because we have this thing at UP called the Ready for Work program. And it kind of
Oh,
equips you, and it lets you know that, listen, when you apply for a job, yes, you can have your honors, yes, you can have whatever you need. Perfect. They need that qualification. But what kind of person are you? What other skills do you have? What can you offer the company? You know what I
yes,
so
yes.
working as a cashier improved my interpersonal skills, my communication skills.
Definitely.
I learned how to be patient. I learned how to deal with people. You know,
Mm,
it teaches you different things. Yes, it wasn't in line with what I was studying, but it definitely made me grow, as a person
mm.
to like when
Sorry
I.
to jump in there. I also want to note that a lot of the times, with our young generation, and I'm definitely going to include myself in this group of people, is that a lot of the time we are in expectant of like once you get that degree, once you've walked down that stage, and now the next thing is for these companies to call you, and
Mm,
you forget that you may have to, and I'm not saying everyone, you may have to be a cashier, you may have to work in retail, and your current situation is not your destination.
mm,
So I'm glad that, and I'm not saying that your point would not be relevant if you didn't work as a cashier, but I'm just saying the difference between maybe you and the next person is that you worked as a cashier part-time while he was still in varsity, and someone else may have to work after they graduated like me, and work in something that is not related to the qualification. So I just wanted to point that out because sometimes people tend to forget once they sitting and wondering why they haven't been called yet. But
mm.
yes, please continue.
Yeah, so that really helped a lot because actually when I was interviewed for where I'm working now, when I mentioned that, that actually caught their attention because it kind of showed them that first of all, I am humble. I'm able to humble myself. As qualified as I am, I'm able to still sit down and say, okay, listen, let me try this, let me learn something new. I'm able to challenge myself. So in an interview, they know you have your LLB or whatever. They can see this,
Exactly. They
but they
know the qualification is there, you and 20 others.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
So
yeah,
there needs to be something that will show them that, listen, this person is different because they're hiring a person and not the certificate. You know what I mean? Um,
exactly,
so
exactly.
I graduated, yes, and then I went into my honors. And to be
Was
honest,
it by default your honors, or you did it like because you were like that's the next thing, or you were like, okay, I don't have anything to do, let me get into my honors? What made you pursue your honors?
I definitely wanted to do my honors. I still wanted
Okay,
to.
cool, cool.
Why I have all these thousand certificates because
Yeah, all right,
for
all
me,
right, okay.
I never want to stop learning. So my goal was to do it. I was majoring in my undergrad. I majored in criminology and psychology. So I had applied for both of them for honors, got accepted into both, and then I had to make the tough decision, you know.
Yes.
And I just obviously, and it's very important to have mentors in the field as well because I had two mentors who also, studied what I studied and all those things, and they basically showed me that, listen, you can take the psychology honors, just know that it won't be, it won't be an easy journey. It won't be a quick one,
Exactly,
very long and
for
all that.
sure, it is long.
And I realized that, okay, as a young woman in South Africa, I'm not going to stay, I don't want to stay too long in school. There are other things that I would like to pursue on the side as well. I'd also like to get married, have kids. And I feel like
Mm.
if, you know, yeah, I was just
Yeah, 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 you had your other
like,
external reasons,
let me
yes.
let me try something that's a bit shorter. And the nice thing about doing your honors at UP is that you kind of get headhunted, if I can put it like that.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, that's the very, very nice thing. At the end of the year, there are companies that hold like a session like online obviously, and they'll tell you like, hey guys, this is what we do as a company, please send your CVs. So that has been happening for UP honor students for like a long time, and I feel like that
Interesting.
it would be nice if a lot of institutions could actually have some sort of
Yeah, and this is probably based on the networking
yeah,
or the connections, not connections, because I don't want to make it seem political, but
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
networks that the university has with different private
yeah.
institutions or public interest. Interesting. Okay, okay.
Like most of, if not everyone that I was working with definitely got a job somewhere in one of the companies.
Wow.
You send your CV. That's something I don't know. Unemployment. Like just after writing my
Mhm.
final exams, I was already getting interviews. And
Wow.
that's what it was just like amazing. So I really wish more institutions could have this type of working relationship, and it does make
Guys,
it easier.
UP is the plug. Okay.
It is.
Get your coin, get your bursary, and go to you.
It really is.
Just joking. But wow, yeah. And I appreciate the transparency. I appreciate the honesty because the last thing I want to make it seem on this platform is that we all go through this deep struggle. And unfortunately, you don't have to go through a struggle to resonate with someone else's journey. Like, for example, you guys, or let me just say you, because I'm talking to you, your university provides these workshops that you guys can go to final year and all these things, and you can get called for interviews. And then you have other people who kind of have to go search for those things for themselves, like me, for example. So this is not limiting to say that you only, like, if you're looking for a mentor person who's watching this, that you have to go to everyone that's going to UP because they're the ones who get the jobs quickly. Everyone has a story, and just because people's journeys are different, it doesn't make them any different, and that's why I'm glad that low key that your journey is a bit different, because I don't want people to think that we're all struggling and it's difficult for all of us. And I'm not saying go to UP to not struggle, you know, but it just goes to show that our journeys are different. Not everyone takes like 3 years to get called for a job. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, sorry about that.
No problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
basically, you were saying that they provide the platforms, and you guys get called for interviews, and obviously, depending on how you impress the panel, they will take and they will leave
yeah.
those.
Because
All
like
right.
the certificate is there, but there are 5 other people that are in my class, same qualification. I have to compete with them. So that's why it's important to stand
Exactly.
individual with different skill sets on the outside.
And you're probably not the only golden key holder as
Yes,
well. So that too.
exactly.
Okay. Great stuff. So besides that, I just wanted to know, once you got into the working space, and I'm sure as someone who's very, I would say, like academic, who is for the books, as much as you wanted to get into the field first and touch base there, what then made you think, okay, let me just bump up my CV a bit? I'm sure once, because sometimes, you don't know much about your career field until you're inside, or
Mm,
until you have people sharing knowledge with you, which is what this platform is trying to do, because you find that a lot of students from, like, who are doing forensics criminology are students from UNISA, students from what's this other university, University of Venda, so not many students from UP. And I'm not saying that they're ignoring the platform, but I'm just saying that's where I found the gap to be amongst many students. So I just wanted to know. So once you were inside, and then you saw, okay, this is the theory that I studied. Now I'm getting into the practical of things,
mm.
right? And as much as you did criminology, and now it's more like investigations, analyst based, what then made you decide, let me just get another, like, just let me bump up my, CV, or like self, and get into certificates, because you have a range of certificates. If you
Yeah.
could firstly just touch on
Okay.
um the range, like not all 33, but just a few of them. Just and I do suggest you guys please just go on her LinkedIn profile. They are there, and you guys can also just pick and choose and see what what each certificate entails. And then yeah, we'll touch on the details, but yeah. So can you just touch on a few that you've done
Okay.
of the certificates?
Okay, so basically, how I even started with this whole journey, right, was because
Yes, yes. Let's start there.
after I finished my honors, I realized that, okay, I don't like. I was listening to some TED talk, and the person was talking about how when you go in for interviews and stuff like that, if there is a gap or something in your CV, people will ask, like, oh, okay, so you haven't been
Why?
or studying for the past 2 years, what's up? Then you can say, I've been job hunting. But then
Mm.
in your job hunting, what are you doing on a daily basis? You're waking up, you're eating, you're sleeping, you send some emails, you go.
Especially in this digital world, especially.
So
Mm.
for me, it was an eye opener to say, okay, listen, luckily I'm not job searching or anything, but even as I'm working, like, what else am I doing to enrich myself, to grow? And obviously at work, there's this, obviously there's a training thing that you do to kind of just add to your skills. For example, I'm in intelligence analysis, and most of the stuff I did in university were theory based, research analysis.
Exactly.
But there are times when now at work I have to do reports, and that requires like things to work on your Excel, your PowerPoint. So it means there are other skills that I do need. So our company was telling us, listen, guys, go to these websites, find a few training courses. Even if it's like Excel for beginners, that's one of the things I also did. Do the
Yes, I saw.
a few things. And it's also really something cute to have, like to say, okay, listen, I may be maybe more on the theory side of things, but I know a few things about PowerPoint, I know a few things about Excel. So it was definitely mostly motivated by our company where I work right now, which I'm truly grateful for. And
Ah,
as
so you have a company that is able to up your skills, motivate you guys to also like be better as well.
yes, where I'm working, that's what
Fabulous.
they always,
Yeah.
like, you can't just stop here, like, do more.
Yes, that's great. Yeah.
Um, Obviously, I started off with Allison because it's the simplest, it's easy, it's free. Allison and Udemy. That's usually where I find a lot of the courses. So the nice thing is that you can literally just search. As soon as you're on the website, just create a profile and then you search. So I started off by searching for the simple things that I do, like at work. But then because I'm more of a people's person, I decided to start with simple things like, okay, a time management course. I do that. I add,
Yes.
oh,
We
okay.
all need that. We
Exactly.
all need time management courses, I suggest. Even if you're a varsity student, please just do a time management course.
Yes.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
Started doing, and then obviously they start the program, the websites even suggest things for you. Now I ended up doing a problem solving thing, procrastination course, how to be more productive, a motivation on how to guide yourself, interpersonal skills, coping skills, because all these things are needed in the workplace. How to take care
Yeah.
of. I even did a diploma in emotional intelligence, and the reason
Oh,
why
wow.
is because even in my office right now, they will tell you that I'm that person who is, I care about the people that I'm working with. Yes, we're not here to make friends. Yes, we're here to
True.
work, but
Yeah.
be in a place where we are taking care of our well-being. And I've even brought this up to my management, and there have been so many ideas that came up with to the company that have been implemented to say, let's take care of our employees emotionally. As much as, yes, I'm a criminologist and whatever, but me studying psychology, there's also a reason behind that. I want to take care of people's emotional and well-beings, because that helps us to be better human beings, to be better and productive. Stress management. I started doing those little courses, and it really helped me to be able to help other people that I work with. So, as much as you think it's not related to criminology, but it's very
Mhm.
important for the workplace, I need to be able to have time management. I need to be able to cope. I need to be able to have emotional intelligence.
Yes.
So, everything together, you need to find something that works for you. I even did anger management and conflict resolution, because that's also very important in the workplace. You fight with people, you fight with clients, it happens.
Exactly.
You need to be ready to kind of. And then I decided, let
Mm.
me take it a step further, because the reason why I didn't do my master's was because even right now I'm still trying to find myself and understand where exactly do I want to go. I don't want to be stuck doing something for about 2 3 years that I don't really love and have a passion.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I realized that I think I'm more into victimology. So I think I'm
Mm.
headed into that direction. But then again, I also come back a bit and I'm like, ooh, but criminalistics is also, so I'm still finding myself a lot. And that's
Yeah. Yeah.
you can do a little bit of everything. I did
Mm,
digital forensic investigation. I did principles of anti money laundering, just
yes.
things. But I even did criminal analysis techniques, the basics of a criminal investigation. So I decided to do all those because I
Oh, yeah, for
that
sure.
and I realized that that's what I really want. And that's why I even asked the company to move me to a different department, because I was like, listen, I need growth. I need something different. And I feel like I'm grateful for the opportunity of being here and learning all this, but intelligence is not for me. I want to
Wow.
investigating. I want to be doing risk profiles, risk analysis,
Nice.
lifestyle audits. And so that's where I'm going to be in now. And all these little things. And I brought this up to my company. I'm like, listen, I've been actually working on myself. Here's what I've
Yeah, so you have the proof, you have, and that's one of the benefits of
exactly.
the certificates as well. Yeah, so it's not just I don't really want to do this anymore. It's like I've been working on myself to
Yes,
deserve this move.
exactly.
Yeah.
And more than anything, not you don't have to limit yourself to Allison or whatever. There are many other
Yes.
sites where you can do these free courses. Also, another thing I'd always tell people, with LinkedIn is the place to be. Like,
That's where I found her, people.
exactly, it's the place to be.
Yeah.
Where I find I even attend like a lot of webinars. I attend webinars for risk management training. Obviously, it's more relevant to what I'm doing at
Yes,
work.
of course, yeah.
But then I even attend, you also need to be able to follow on LinkedIn like certain institutes or companies, like follow the AC,
Mm.
the Association for Certified Fraud Examiners, also the Institute for Risk Management in South Africa. And those are the few that I actually follow, and they give a lot of webinars. And the nice thing about their webinars is that you get a certificate after the webinar.
For attending, yeah.
Great to have, because I mean, it's nice to have a little certificate to add. And also, I just want to say
Mm.
the Institute for Commercial Forensic Practitioners. All these are on my LinkedIn profile. You can really check out those pages. They have awesome webinars. They also do post jobs from time to time. And
Mm.
on LinkedIn, as well, as I'm saying, make sure you connect. I usually just connect
Mm.
with people who literally have the same qualification or in the same field.
Yes.
As much as you can, connect. And then it will show you that, oh, because you follow Nogunwaba, she posted this from someone who reposted this. And there we go, there's a job. You send your CV, you apply. So it really does
Mm.
help. LinkedIn helps a great deal. Like, I don't want to lie. But also, I also
Sorry,
like,
can you just give me a second quickly?
no
Sorry
problem.
about that. Sorry about that.
No
I'm
problem.
back. I'm
No
so
problem.
sorry about that. Yeah. All right, so please continue. You were talking about LinkedIn.
Yes, LinkedIn, I feel like it's the perfect place to be. Work on your profile, add these things.
Mhm.
I also, for me, it's because like I said, I really am a people's person. I love helping people. When I post all these things, I get so many DMs, and it's so motivating to see that, okay, people actually want to learn more about this, and I'm more than willing to.
Yes.
I respond as soon as I can. Like, I love being on my
Mm.
phone. So if you send me a DM, I'm more than willing to respond. To say, oh, hi, you
For
want
sure, for sure.
so I'm also really open to helping if you need any assistance in terms of
Mm.
it. Because people have been like texting me, like, how do I get the certificate? And I'll be like, here's the link, do this. Or even people who get interviews for the company that I work for, they'll literally text me and be like, hi, I have an interview at your company. Please, I will respond
Wow.
to you and help you as much as I can.
As you can, yes. And that's beautiful because another thing that I wanted to touch on is, I also get people reaching out to me, especially after the webinars that we have. But sometimes people don't have etiquette. And sometimes they'll say hi, and you'll say hi because you have patience, and they'll be like, how are you? And I'm thinking, okay, guys, how about you can write me a paragraph like, hi, my name is this, I'd like to know this, just get straight to the point. And then because you find that sometimes people don't even answer because you're taking forever. I'm not saying I'm one of those people, but I understand that sometimes some people are not taught how to approach people.
Mm,
So I just wanted to put this in there, guys. If you're gonna approach her or anyone else for that matter, get straight to the point. Say, hi, my name. Um, I saw this. This is what I'd like to know about, and so forth. Just get straight to the point because unfortunately people are busy and they're probably on LinkedIn to check for the next job post anyway. So with your DM there and you don't even get to the point, it's like, okay, so make sure you got that etiquette on lock as well.
mm,
Yes. So I'm glad that you also avail yourself to assist where you can because not everyone has the information,
mm.
so I'm also happy about that. I'm not saying guys flood her DMs. She probably has other certificates that she also wants to go check out as well. But I'm gonna also say that if you want any more further information, I'm sure she can assist
Yes.
as well where possible. Right.
Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely.
Cool.
Um, but
Yeah.
I just wanted to add something quickly that
Hmm.
it's very important to also work on yourself as much as you're doing this for the job and everything, but find yourself and understand who you are. I was doing a course, a whole year's course for leadership, and where I'm working currently, I'm not a leader, I'm nothing, but I see myself leading a team or something in the next about 2 3 years. So you start
Look
working,
at that.
and
Wow.
I feel like I am a leader, and that's why when I do decide to apply for a leadership position, I can say, listen, I've started this in varsity. In varsity, I was the chairperson for this. I was the president for,
Mm,
to show that I am a natural born leader. And other than that,
yes.
papers to support
To
that.
prove and support the evidence. Yeah.
And you must also be strategic in the leadership courses that you do. I am basically a social justice activist, so that's why I did this challenge program at UP. I'm so sorry, guys. UP is just it's
No,
very
no, it's I think that's the benefits with having like in contact or your traditional, I'd say, universities, is
mm,
that they have to have these programs for the students because then why are you guys like coming to class face to face. So of course we're gonna talk about UP because she went to UP. If we had someone else from University of Liverpool, that's what we would be talking about. So
mm,
please, this interview is not sponsored by UP whatsoever. I'd love to, but hey, so we're just emphasizing because that's her alma mater and that's where she went. All right.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. Work on yourself, find things that are relevant to you. And this course was very relevant. It's called the Challenge Program, which focuses on leadership in social justice. So it made me so uncomfortable, but it made me a better person, even in the workplace. I just want to give a little example of how one of
Yes.
we in that topic we speak about everything because as a leader you face these things. There's sexism,
Exactly.
there's,
Exactly.
there's privilege, there's a lot of social justice issues that are there, and we tend to want to ignore them, but they are.
Yes.
Just an example of someone who was in the class with us was talking about how when she's at work she feels so out of place because she doesn't feel like she belongs. There's too many, it's male dominated, so she has to try and prove herself. Sometimes it's even
Mm,
issue of feeling like, okay, the it's not enough and things like that. And these are the things that you will find in the workplace. As much as you are qualified in everything, but there are other issues that could impact your productivity in the workplace. And so being able to do these little courses, attending webinars, having connections and things like that, they help you kind of build yourself and understand, okay, this is what,
exactly.
and that course really helped me because I could see myself not um like responding to situations the way I would before. Now I'm a bit more,
Emotionally. Yeah.
now I'm more strategic in my responses, I'm more strategic in my actions, and these things make you look good at work.
Exactly.
So making
For
sure you build
sure.
yourself is, I think, very, very important. And having
And
the
be strategic.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so glad you touched on that because sometimes you find that because you're doing your first year, okay, let's cut out first year because most of the times you're finding your feet. You're trying to figure out what is this, right? So I would say second year going forward, I think a lot of people need to start being serious then. Like try and figure out what is out there. Especially let's say if you go to a university that doesn't have all these extra um these extra activities and these informative workshops and all of that, like you have the internet to your disposal, like you definitely do. So I feel like people need to start informing themselves then. Not all the time people are going to spoon feed you information, and you have to be strategic. It just takes me back to I remember there was a need for something at work, and I was like, no, I don't think I'm the person to do this because I'm not a senior. Give it to the senior. Like I haven't even done this, so I just know a little bit, but not all of it. And my mentor was like, but you are more than qualified. And besides that, you need to be strategic. This is gonna look good. You
Mm,
need to like think about it. Like you have at least, like, let's say if you go to an interview, you can say, but I've already started doing this, you
exactly.
know. And there you are thinking, oh no, but I'm still in final year. I can't do this. I don't know much. You haven't even failed at it to say that you are not qualified or you're not worthy to do this. So I think I'm in agreement to just say, like, you need to be strategic, guys. You're not the only one, there are other people as well. So the job market is so tough that if you go there and you barely have your story in order, and then you have the next person who already has leadership certificates and all, and these things, like you said, are free. They are free programs. Your Allison, your Udemy. So you just need data, to get this, like, to get it going. So, because I think the biggest issue is finances. A lot of people, especially after graduating, they would be using the resources of the university. So now that you're back at home, for example, it's like money is tight. You just probably still owing school fees. Now you still have to do courses that cost like 3,000, 5,000 rand.
Yeah.
So the beauty in this, and this is why I felt like it was important to bring you here, is to also mention that the certificates, guys, that she did that look good not only on like online but on her CV are actually free. So you should definitely look into that. And I think we've mentioned this prior in our webinars before, but I thought it was important to touch on this one-on-one, because it's important for us to also discuss how you can stand out.
Mm,
It's quite competitive. So there are free courses. She did touch on them. She didn't touch on all of them, guys, but just go through a profile and see, like, and also go to the website as well and see what they have there as
mm.
well. So you can stand out and be different in a way as well.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, before we close, I just wanted to ask you if you have anything else to add. And
Uh,
then yeah.
just one more thing. I completely understand. Higher education is very expensive, but once again, try find something that's affordable for you. Like in December, I did a whole
Okay, I
course.
think I don't know if it's on my side. I don't know.
Can you hear me?
Okay, you're back now. So
Okay.
sorry, you have to start all over.
Okay.
Yeah,
um,
please start all over. Yeah.
so I was just saying that some of these things are very expensive, like doing a whole course and but I attended a 2-day course in December, which was, I think, I started saving up for it, obviously. It cost me, I think, about 3,000 something. But then that course was very helpful because it's on my LinkedIn profile. It's called From Crime Scene to Court. So, literally, in that 2 days, you're literally learning when I get to a crime scene. You're literally actively at the crime scene, cordoning off the scene. Everything you learned in the book, now you're doing it practically, cordoning off the scene, gathering
Oh,
the.
I think I saw that on your LinkedIn.
Exactly.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up as well.
It's
Yes, so um, I've had students inquire about the crime scene investigations.
yes.
Um, do you mind touching on that, please, before I let you go?
Okay, no, not a
Yes,
problem. I found it on LinkedIn once again. If you
yes.
see, I was looking at somebody else who had done it, and I saw them. Firstly, I saw them wearing that whole, CSI thing with the white and
The
everything.
white gear.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh yeah,
Yes.
this is what I want to do. I went into their profile, and then I saw that they did it from the Forensic and Firearm Training Academy. Immediately, I contacted the guy, and on his page, he does have the prices, and he does advertise well in advance. So there is actually time for you to save up. Like he'll tell
Okay.
you, I have a class in June, I have one in September, I have one in December, and next year this. So
To
he
save, yeah.
you have enough time to do all these trainings. And funny enough, I was doing the course with these two girls who studied their BSc in something about biology or something. But they're also necessary in our industry because they're the ones who run the labs and
Mm.
DNA and everything. So it was a
Exactly.
really, really interesting course. So exciting. You literally start from reading about investigating, get to the crime scene, cordon off the scene, you sign the logbook. Everything that you see on TV is real.
Wow.
Did it there, you sign the book, you collect the blood sample, you reconstruct the crime scene, you analyze, okay, maybe he could have done this, maybe this is what happened. You send the, make sure you don't contaminate the crime scene, you send the stuff to the labs, and then when the stuff comes back, you could even be asked to testify in court. And we even did that. Like we had to sit down and act like you're in court.
Wow.
Yes, according to the evidence. This is
Wow.
it was truly truly informative. It's on my LinkedIn page as well, the Forensic and Firearm Training Academy. He doesn't only offer that course, he also offers other courses like to be able to be a lab worker who does the DNA testing. So listen, LinkedIn is the place to,
Mm.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I wanted to add, is that
I
don't
think
forget.
I'll definitely repost it. Yeah,
Okay,
after posting this interview as well. Yes,
yes,
I did see it. That is so awesome. Oh wow. Okay. So that is the only course that she mentioned that requires money, but you can save in advance.
yes.
Of course, if that's the route that you also like
Sorry, he
to
also
build
does,
your experience on as well.
he does offer you like a payment plan. So you can tell him like, listen, can I pay you in 6 months or what? It works. Just contact him and
Wow. It's all good. Wow, that's even better. That's even better. So thank you so much. I'll definitely put the information as well on our social media pages so that it's right after once I've posted this as well. So thank you so much. I see we were able to keep time. And then you're making time for your shift. Thank you so much. I really appreciate for joining us and just providing such informative information. And I'm hoping that the viewers will be able to receive and implement the information that you shared here today. Yeah, so guys, please, if you have any other further questions, she is on LinkedIn. I will tag her, email her, sorry, message her, and please make sure that you get straight to the point. Just so she knows exactly what is that she can assist you in. And when she has the time, she will avail herself as well. So I thank you so much for being interviewed with me here today, and I really, really appreciate it.
it's such an honor. Thank you so much. Like I
Thank you.
one thing I, is just being able to spread the gospel and help anyone that I can.
Yes, for sure. We definitely do need to share in the information with our students and our graduates,
Yes.
because not everyone has the opportunity to have people, provide workshops or information for them. So I'm so glad that you were able to add on to the vision and mission of Criminal Justice Empowered.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thanks. Bye.